You guys gonna incorporate the bulldozer? No, just move it.
Yeah, I got an arm, dude. And apparently enough center of low center of gravity.
Oh, there we go. Not the first one, but the second one. Well, no, I was thinking the bulldozer for weight, so it wouldn't have to be pushed or pulled by anything else. Hey everybody, welcome back to one of the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Rafferty, and we are back. We are back today with, well, what are we watching? What did you recommend for us this time?
Hello, yes. So today I recommended Roujin Z, aka Project Z. And I'm very professional about this. So this got a limited release in theaters in 1991, which is where I saw it. It's written by katsuhiro, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, katsuhiro Otomo, most famous for Akira. So this is basically a follow-up to Akira, but he wrote it. Someone else directed it. Hiroyuki Kitakubo, which I should know more about, but has that name ever come up before?
My problem is that I have one, bad memory, two, not great with Japanese names, and three, am a surface watcher of anime. Conversation I had earlier today. That,
okay,
at best, voice actor names is something that might occur to me, but that is about it.
Well, I will describe Kitakubo as a working animator because he worked on Golden Boy, which if you know what that is, but also Mobile Suit Gundam.
The original?
1979.
Yeah, which we're currently watching.
Yep. And also he directed this, and he also directed Blood of the Last Vampire, which a lot of people have seen. I like that one too. So yeah, he had a long history. I think he's still working. But yeah, so this is a good pedigree because this has, like I said, professional director as well as Otomo, whose stuff I really love. I mean, everybody loves Akira and Memories and The Order to Stop Production and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, did he work on Memories?
Oh, isn't he part of the sequence in the spaceship with the magnetic? Isn't that him? I might be mistaken. Here I am spreading lies on our
again. I don't know. Well, I don't know if I'll say the animation style, the visual style of what little bit of this that I saw when I was grabbing it kind of reminded me of Memories. So I was like, oh, I could see that if it was true, but if it's not true, then it just goes to show that I'm bad.
And I just double checked. Yes, he was the writer and the executive producer. So he doesn't do a lot of directing, Otomo. I think it was basically Akira. And then I guess if I directed Akira, I would say, that's it. I'm out. I'm done.
Well, I mean, from that point on, you can just plaster your name, right? From the director of Akira.
Basically, yeah. And just, rake in those big animation dollars. So Roujin Z is a standalone movie. It has a lot of the hallmarks of Otomo's work, which is, daily life and satire and things out of control. So I enjoyed it, and it's short and sweet, and that's, there doesn't seem to be a lot of setup to it.
Well, I guess the only thing I want to share is the confusion that's been standing in my head, though I guess we'll find out when we watch, of if I've ever seen this or not, based on one episode, possibly, of Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. So,
which we can discuss after this is over.
Yeah. I don't want to play the hand in case somebody out there who's watching this with us has not actually seen it before.
Now, I originally watched the English dub. Today we'll be watching the Japanese dub with subtitles, but the English dub is pretty good.
All right. Well, I guess all that said, let's go ahead and hop on into it.
Okay.
Before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, Aniplex.
Well, I'm not sure if Aniplex originally did this, because I'm not sure did Aniplex exist in 1991?
I don't know. I do know that I've had a hard time with Aniplex in the past, so...
Yeah, Aniplex, this is a 1991 movie. Aniplex did not exist yet, so I'm assuming Aniplex is just the distributor for this.
The problems of getting old.
That's what this movie is about. I can relate to it even more now. Oh wow, the cell. The flypaper strip.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
I thought it was just an extra string to let him turn the light on and off.
在宅の心臓病などの持病を持った独居老人等に配られたペンダント式無線発信機の数は今年中に700万個を超すものと思われますし
So life alert.
Yeah. Remember, it's 1981.
それに加え設備器具の老朽化も激しくまた在宅介護の家族を助けるための人でもかなり不足しておりましたこれは人件費の
It's funny as my cousin works in that field now.
It's a growing field.
高度高年齢化社会突入
These old school anime designs.
最重点福祉事業みんなで築く明るい長寿社会計画発足10年にしてまさに空想化してしまったと言っても過言ではありません絵に描いた餅では誰も見向きもしませんましてや国会の予算審議委員会で追加予算の獲得など
I mean, it's a good juxtaposition to show the old guy suffering in his room, and then the board of corporate directors.
Right. See, this is...
And I guess also the youth of the waitresses.
Right. See, when people talk about anime and how it takes its time to build stuff, they mean this. But no, we're 90 seconds in, and they've already set up the entire movie.
Oh, okay. I forgot the title of the movie for a second.
Yeah, Project Z, aka Roujin Z.
Well, it said Rue, and I'm like, Rue, I don't... what is that? Oh, and Jin. Oh, Roujin Z, right.
Yeah.
Is it going to be more calligraphy, or is this their only credit?
I think this is their only credit. Not good on them for crediting the calligrapher. See, little details there, like notice the laundry, they don't have a dryer, so it's hung up with twine. And here he's watching a black and white TV while the cat tortures him.
So she was Hikaru?
Yeah, see, she got called home from work because he wet himself and couldn't, you know, do anything about it. Look at those narrow alleyways.
So the cat's sitting on his life alert thing?
Yep. That's what a cat would do.
Well, I just appreciate the showing the care of the ambulance driver.
Yep.
Because normally they would just run over the bikes on their way through something like this. I guess she's taking the cat with her.
I guess so.
それで一体どちらの方に
I guess she's also just not making a living off of being a nurse.
No, she's volunteer, which
Well,
you
she
know,
said student
very
nurse.
Oh yeah, they're right, student nurse. You're right.
摂取した食物が栄養素となり体内に吸収され糞便としてお目見えするまでおよそ24時間かかるわけですな。
Oh wow.
来週の講義は、校門のところから。
As you do. Hey, old grandfather clock.
ハルコさん
Old school
やっ
university.
と取ったんだよインクスティックのチケットねえ一緒に
聞いた
Ink stick.
立花教授のところに届いた招待状の話厚生省の厚生省厚生省の新しい看護装置の発表会その被験者が高沢喜十郎って
このバンドが今最高なんだ当日はライブの録音があるっていうしさ
When your two different conversations don't line up.
よくは知らないけど総合福祉センターで
But he's on the
3
mate.
時から記者を集めてお披露目だって3時もうすぐじゃん
I think it's a science center. I think that's the same science center we used in the
Battle
Battle
Hearts.
Hearts game. Yeah.
I don't know. It's from a different angle, so it's hard to tell.
Right, it's also art, so they take liberties. The problem of the elderly.
さまざまな問題や困難が山積みされたジャンルと言えるでしょう。それを切り開くブルドーザーとなるのが
Oh, we thought that microphone cord would be out of frame.
1号機なのです。各医療機
I
関
mean, honestly, it just looks like the sarcophagus from Stargate. I might have Stargate on the brain, though.
最もその進化を発揮しますのが
You might.
在宅独居老人に対してな
Oh,
ので
wait, this is a
ありま
wireless
す
mic, okay.
これをご覧ください。
The guy responsible for Ed 209.
Oh, we got the censored dub.
入浴は定期的に行われるようプログラミングされてはおりますが、その日その季節によって発汗状況を読み取り、入浴の回数、長さ、湯温の決定がなされます。排泄、この問題が老人を家庭からそして社会から阻害したと言っても過言ではないでしょう。若いお嫁さんやお孫さんが顔を背ける一瞬です。
I mean, my concern is it suctioning him or is it inserting a catheter? Because one of those two is worse.
It's a vacuum.
Yeah, it's the face of a suction.
Dignity is maintained.
Besides the dignity of having all this done in front of a big old conference center.
That's what makes this. That makes this a good show. It's the contrast there.
That's what the elderly need. Instant access to the stock market.
Now, this is 1991, so there's still two TVs. Finally, match on the important things. Oh, stupid balloon. Wow, this is like my life right now. I'm gonna go cry.
I mean, you could be in bed.
I could be in bed with a vacuum. Simulated conversation partner. This is the creepy part. Ooh, built-in feeding.
1週間分の食事、デザート、果物などを蓄えておくことができます。スープの温度、ご飯の炊き方まで本人の好みに合わせてインプットできます。さて、食事の後は寝たきりのままでも行える各種の運動装置も備わっています。
Yeah, he says in the dub he says I'm still hungry.
そして寝たまま行える歩行動作、さらにボート漕ぎ、浴槽を使った水泳も可能です。
Yeah, I will say. If not for the exercise thing, I think I'd also be concerned about drowning in my food the way it just squirts it down your throat.
Yeah, but it tells you download recipes, but it's all gruel, so what's the difference?
常に体温、脈拍、血圧、心拍、呼吸数などが計測されております。万が一これらの数値に異常が認められた時には、コンピューターによる自動診断装置が的確な診断を行い、前もって本人の持病データをインプットしておけば、その症状により適当な投薬、酸素吸入などの応急処置が施されます。さらに
I
その
love
範囲を超える情
1990s
報が見られた
interpretations
場
of
合、
computers.
地域医療情報システムのオンラインによってかかりつけの医師、病院または医療機関へ情報データ
I mean, it could be
を
like,
通報されること
you
に
know,
な
the
っています。
McDonald's menu input of, you know, to make everything look easier for the outward, the person who's putting everything
予
in.
期せぬ災害にもこのコンピューターは対処できる能力があります。
それでは
そうです。第6世代コンピューターです。学習し考える第5世代コンピューターの上を行く自己増殖機能を備えたスーパーウルトラコンピューター。自ら成長し改良し発展していく夢のコンピューターなのです。
すみません、動力は何を使用しているんでしょうか。
原子力です。
I say something that'll last forever, obviously.
Nuclear power!
放射能漏れの心配とか。
大丈夫。極
I
小
love
量の
this.
放射能
What if there's a
漏れ
radiation
の即座
leak?
に警報装置が知らせてくれるシステムになっていますから、全く安心です。
おお、それなら安心ですね。
ちょっと待ってください。確かに素晴らしい機械かもしれませんが、おじいちゃんこんな姿になっちゃって、なんか
Okay, they're missing. In the English dub, they mentioned that if there's a radiation leak, then they'll just come and bury it in concrete. And the guy says, oh, that's a relief.
確かこの前
That makes sense.
私
Right, we're like ignoring the fact that, wait, isn't there a guy in there?
ご家族の愛情に勝るものはありません。しかし及ばずながら
With 1 week of food left.
豊かな高齢社会を築く礎で
But her complaints, though, are literally he's just lying there. I mean, like he was when you were at work.
愛を持ってこの Z001
Right.
号機を発表するものであります。
I love how they went all ham with the animation. Because remember, she's not actually related to him. She's a student nurse. His family, who don't visit him, don't put him up in their own house, and don't care for him, signed off on this.
I mean, technically, I feel like it's still better for him than just her. Assumingly, this thing won't let him piss himself and be stuck in it.
Right. If this works the way they say it does.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it doesn't. Otherwise, we wouldn't have another hour.
We wouldn't have a movie now. Ah, those old school painted backgrounds. They look so cheap. I miss them so much.
しかし老人医療も進んだよな。
でも全部機械任せにするなんて、なんか厄介払いって気がするわよね。そうね。
I mean, as big as the beds are, it doesn't really hide them at all.
でもさ、俺だったら自分が若者の時間を奪ってるってのは嫌だな。じいちゃんたちだって気にしてるよ、多分。
また勝手なことを。
いや、長生きっちゅなするもんじゃないっすね。
Thank you.
はるこ、
会場に行ったんだろ。どうだった？
何言ってんのよ。はるこの担当のおじいちゃんが実験台になってんのよ。そうよね。複雑よね、やっぱり。私のパソコンに
90s really was the era of mom jeans, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Like old computers.
最初は電源の切り忘れかと思ったのよ。全チャンネ
Well,
ル
I guess the 5th generation PC is reaching out to your... Sorry. Was it 5th or 6th?
I get. Oh, this is fit. The
The bed is 6th. Okay.
手が込んでるわこりゃ。
So he's reaching out to you with a 6th generation PC.
やめてよ。
I know Sony made PCs.
ち リントアウトするわ。コード取ってくる。何かわかる？
Print out of what? It's just her name over and over again.
Just gathering evidence.
I guess the implication is also that she studied abroad.
Yeah, I don't know why she is in Chicago. But then people in the US will have, like, you know, stuff to see, like Paris and stuff, so.
I guess. I guess my
You know,
basis
that-
is more so that the narrative,
どうしたのこれ？
the compact narrative of an anime, typically you don't add extra stuff unless it means something.
Mhm.
なんなのこれ？
No subtitles for this, unfortunately.
私じゃない
Well, I'm assuming it's just her name.
人のせいにすんのなお前。
おじいちゃん。
Oh, there it is.
いやー、そりゃそうかもしれないけどね。公共性ということを無視して感情論に走ってしまうのはどうかな。
あんたバカ。
I guess my other concern would be that he says the thing can upgrade itself, but how would it know to upgrade itself?
Hey, it just knows.
Because it should be upgrading itself all the time at that point.
Yep. I like the see. I really like the character design in this because they put some effort into making everybody look unique.
Yeah, you kind of got that detail from her job where you had one of the waitresses with like a wart and a band-aid on her legs.
I know, you don't see that.
なんでよ、おかしいよ。なんでこんなじいちゃんにそんなこだわるんだよ。
見捨てるなんてできない。だって私たちボランティアなんですもの。
Thanks for wandering into a dark room.
と言ったね、確か。こんな夜中に何の用だ。ここは厚生省の管轄で一般の人間は立ち入り禁止になっている。
Yeah.
おじいちゃんが助けを求めているんです。
助け？
昼間私のコンピュータに呼びかけてきたんです。
Yes, it's not possible.
どきなさい。
Oh, okay. Like, where the hell did they go?
いや、確かにここから発信した形跡がありますね。いやー、ありがとう。君たちが知らせてくれなければ危ないことになってたかもしれない。
Well, I'm glad they didn't pull the route of the guy who like designed the thing, being like, "No, that's not possible." Sends them off.
Yep. And I like how he's a PR businessman, so he immediately goes from being stern to being, "Oh, thank you for everything. You can just leave. Everything's under control. Goodbye." Like a PR guy would do. They're not just... The movie trusts that we know they're the bad guys by their authoritarian position and that they're kind of sleazy. So that's why I like this movie, you know, trusts you.
さあ、玄関まで送ろう。ああ、そうね。そう。
I'll see you to the door. You can just leave. Nothing weird here at all.
これは一体。まだ独立演算回路は遮断されてるはずなんだ。
Oh, not cool, buddy. Not cool.
これは外せはしない。すでに体内の器官や神経に細胞の単位でセンサーが組み込まれている。
Wow, you didn't say that at the conference, did you?
No, they did not.
家族の許可は取ってある。
本人の許可は取ってあるの？
じゃ、早速専門技師を。
お兄、レッカー、おじいちゃん殺し！早く外しなさいよ、その機械！
うるさい、出ていけ！お前らみたいな。
Ah, anime rage.
いやいや、警察はいい。そうだ。怪我だぞ。
Well, first off, it's wired into the building, but it's like, oh yeah, it's got nuclear power.
Right.
そうよおじいちゃん帰りましょう
I guess technically you could power the building off of this thing.
Yep. Yeah, I love that. Oh, I can stop this.
寺田さん
I mean, he's not the one who designed it; he's just the one selling it.
I don't know. He's just been hit by an atomic, train or whatever. Yeah, it's, are you okay? Shake, shake, shake. Doesn't fit. Uh-oh. That's not a good expression.
過ぎて専用のエレベーターで投げれば搬出できないんだ。
I mean, he certainly got the animation style of the general from Akira.
Yeah, well, once again, it's Otomo. It's the he's not the character designer, but he's the writer.
おいちょっと開けてくれよ春子さん
Start running, dude. It's just two guys.
見たか今の。
Well, I mean, I don't know why they'd be interested in this guy other than having him arrested anyway.
Well, you don't want to get arrested. That's just bad
どう
news.
すんのよこのおじいちゃんをこの事実を
They're just driving.
発表するのよ
Which means that somewhere in the design process of this thing,
ええそうです。
they thought it would need to go 35 down the highway.
そうです。いや
Well, remember they didn't realize it could compact itself like that. Remember, it's supposed to be able to self-modify. So where it's a slow build.
ちょっとベッドが
I gotta say, so far, at the cost of having my trachea and my nervous system wired into this thing, seems worth it.
ここには写真撮りを撮りに来ただけなんだからパトカ
Well, this worked out well.
こんなところに突っ込んでくるてめえはどきなさい
Element barely fit
あのバカ
because it's yep.
来たわよあの男
See, that's how they found out where he lives.
警官も来てる逮捕しに来るんだどう
But it's an old neighborhood, so every car barely fits.
罪が軽いんじゃない
Nice touch.
テレビ局は来てるかしらお母さんに知られちゃうわ逮捕される前にこのベッドのこと訴えなきゃ
Can't
Who's been
escape
taking
the
care of
cat.
Well, who's been taking care of the cat while they've been gone?
But we don't have any scope of time, is the thing.
Yeah.
もうちょっと時間をテレビ局の人に
テレビ局に何の用があるのかね。友達の名前でも連呼するのかな。
あいや僕は違う人ですよですね
Not with that. That's a freeze frame.
立ちなさい
Oh, okay. I didn't think they could actually turn it off. Because the old man's hardwired into it.
Apparently. I love the smug tech guy.
将来的な意味から言ってこの度の失態は全くいかんとし
I
か
love
言
that
いようがな
table.
い責任に関しては後できっちり取らせてもらうからね寺田君
申し訳ありません。
今回の事故だが初歩的なデータのインプットミスとは思えんのだがねだいたいベッドが変形するなどこの企画書のどこに書いてあったかね
それは
Yeah, where does it mention
非
this?
常防衛体制という項に。
コンピューターの性能に関する情報が極端に少なすぎるとは思わんか
Yeah, to be fair, I guess you wouldn't want this thing just in the middle of a natural disaster where the whole nuclear reactor thing could be exposed.
Yeah, where'd we get the money for
石
this?
橋商事のご好意で。
Yeah, who's paying for these things? To afford their own personal nuclear reactor.
Yeah, it gets better.
そういった情報も聞いてはいるんだよ
おい君、本当なのか長谷川君。
This is still relevant today. Move fast and break things.
厚生省をなめるなよ。
ちょっと電話をお貸し願いましょうか。はい。長谷川ですが。
Right. The implication here being that the tech guy got the computer company, to donate a higher spec computer than they needed because he's got his own agenda.
Sure. I mean, he's me in any RPG. I'm always about causing that Skynet.
Yep. See? Mesotint photocopy. Aw.
Well, I mean, it's we went back for the photo for the first place.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna cry now.
I mean, either the daughter is dead, or I shouldn't care.
Yeah, I know. They only say family, so they don't say what his relation is with all of them. That might also not be his daughter. That could be his niece.
Fair.
We don't know, which I think is significant. To,
I mean, normal implication, I would have to believe it's his daughter, even though he's pretty old.
Right.
But the idea being that either she's dead and I feel sad for him, or she didn't care about him enough to take care of him in his old age, and thus I don't care about her.
Right, we never know.
Well, it's just the way that she was flickering in his memory.
Yeah.
It feels like it implies something. Because we have to know his wife is dead. But
Right.
his wife wasn't flickering. Implying that the flickering doesn't mean dead.
Yeah, like it's a memory. We don't know. This old, like, 50s era hospital ward.
違うわ。ただ私が最初のボランティアに行った時からずっとお世話してきたから。情が移っちゃったの？ちょっとあなたたち。病室では死後を慎みなさい。はいはい。私まだ仕事残ってるから。ああ、ちょっと今夜のコンパどうすんの？ねえ、待ってるわよ。西の家族。来いよ。絶対だぞ。
I wonder if the redhead's implied to be an American studying abroad or something. I don't know.
I don't think so. She's got, I don't know the terminology I'm looking for here. Foreign eyes, I guess is the only way I can put this.
No, you're right. Which is often shorthand in these, like if we watched Pat Labor. But then again, notice with these designs, this is a bit bolder with the designs, and you see a lot of anime.
Well, I mean, like, if you think about, like, Ranma 1/2, where they all have normal anime eyes, but then the Chinese girl, Shampoo, has Eastern eyes. I apologize if I'm saying offensive stuff. I don't just know how to say it.
Well, but also, this anime is generally, so you see background characters. It's not a shoujo or shonen anime, so they're a bit bolder.
They broke into the Tyrell Corporation.
Yeah.
Famous from Aliens?
Tyrell's from Blade Runner.
Ah, damn it. Well, technically they are a shared universe.
I love these old men hackers.
肩のこりもすっかり取れるわ勃起はするわ結構のスケベじじいよく言うよ
その話本当なんですか
Are you sure? Yes, lady, he has R.
No, not about that part.
違うんですそうじゃなくてコンピュータの話です
なんじゃ
Ah, Japan.
こら
じゃあ本当なんですか？
当たり前じゃ。
The fighting on this, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I guess there's a sort of joke here that he's got a raging hard on. It's being blocked by the width of her arm.
Yes. Once again, the level of satire, like if you had to work in the medical profession, you'd have to be dealing with older people 2 generations behind you who also have no filter. So,
but are apparently amazing with computers, as the older generations tend to be.
Well, some of them are. Hey, speaking of the older people. Well, and also, like, you know, legacy systems, they don't upgrade them. But this is important for later. You're the grandma.
でも部屋もらった日からおばあさんがいなくなってね。春子のやつ。
The recruited grandma's all. Okay,
I don't know.
there we
I'm
go.
trying to figure out your clue there. It's important for later, because we know he took a 6th generation computer because it's more advanced. But these guys are hacking into older computers.
Right. Well, remember, you're only as secure as your password. And we already know the 6th generation computer isn't that secure because it's infiltrating other systems.
Oh, I
Or
don't
I
know.
could, you know, go on about it. I just hacked a Windows 11 machine using techniques going all the way back to DOS era, and I'm an amateur.
Might just be the implication that it's insecure because it's hacking other systems makes me think that the other systems are the ones that are insecure.
Yeah, we'll see. This once again, this is a lot of, you know, people cutting corners and own agendas and that kind of stuff.
Kill what?
Oh, I don't know why I went Cyrillic there.
No, wingdings.
Oh, そら面白そうだな。貸せよ。わしにも手伝わせんかい。
Right, she just happens to luck out because she happens to be in the hacker wing.
処理してスピードをアップするか。
すみません。私どうしても高沢のおじいちゃんが心配なもんだから。
I mean, we haven't watched the other guy playing what looked like an NES, so this is just...
I think that was this guy too. I think this is the NES guy.
ヤクタイムリー。そんなくたばり損ないのためじゃありやせん。やっぱり娘っ子のせいか、このスケベじじいが。第6世代なんてものが本当にあるんなら、そのコンピューターと話をしてみたいと思わねえかい？
Yeah, so, and once again, the theme here being that they lock old people away because no one wants to be with them or look at them where, you know, because they're useless. And here she goes to the hacker wing of the geriatric ward and gets, you know, a dream team. Bingo!
Well, considering this came out in Windows, this came out in 91. We're looking for what a 6th generation computer would look like. I guess Windows 98.
Something like that. I've never heard PCs referred to as generations. I've only heard game consoles referred to that.
Well, I guess it depends on if you're talking about like the well, graphics cards or CPU chips, right? Generations of CPU.
こっちの呼びかけは届いておるはずじゃが、さらにロックがかかっちまっているんかな。
He's got hacker face. Trying to figure out what the scripting language that is. Like, went too fast.
名前はなんてんだ。
The old war games method of just naming a kid or a person. Try Joshua.
The keyboard chord.
I mean, I don't love keyboard cord, but I do miss the old days of like the Commodore 64 where it had the scrunchy keyboard cord on it.
Commodore 64 is a built-in keyboard.
Well, I had a couple of computers around the time that had a Commodore 64, so maybe I'm thinking about one of those.
Yeah, the only one I know who does buckling spring anymore is Unicomp, which I think actually has the patent on that, which is a really nice keyboard. I wouldn't have one except they're expensive and loud.
I've been in an argument with Lessons about Commodore 64 because he says he could play full motion video games on his. I'm like, I could play the tank game on mine. And that was it.
Yeah, you guys are... The Commodore 64 is literally 64 kilobytes and only has a 16 color...
That's what I'm saying. I could put on with giant floppy disks and play the tank game where you angle up and fire.
Yeah. I think you might be confusing that with the Apple II.
No, it was a Commodore 64. It said it on the front label.
Yeah, but that 8-bit generation was all single unit. Was the key.
That's what I'm saying. It was a pixel of a tank firing a pixel through the air. He was saying he could run full motion video games on his.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's
also
insanity.
So we're missing the story point here where this voice is speaking to him. That's the I don't know
to
how
clarify, they found out the password was his dead wife's name, and then they hooked into it, and it's basically war games. They've got it connected to a voice oscillator.
And a microphone. In 1991. This is totally a thing you could do in 91.
Where did War Games come out?
Oh, 81.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's the storyline we know. This aspect of the story, I mean.
いろんなコンピューターが三次元的に配置されておる。この周辺のものは大した代物じゃないが、コアの部分に当たるこのコンピューター。
Ironically, you tell how not advanced this computer is by all the extra open space.
Right, I also love how you know, like...
できてるのよ。生きたタンパク質から作ったバイオチップで構成されておる。おい、日本のもんじゃねえぞこりゃ。これを開発しとったのが世界中の科学者が挑戦しとったが実用化に成功したっていうのはペンタゴン。
No, okay, I thought we were gonna circle back around to the other guy.
それでおじいちゃんは
待てって若いもんはせっかちでいけねえ。敵を知り己を知れば100
Right, so the implication being this is from the U.S. Defense Department and they're testing it on old people.
Fuck that guy.
And that's the movie in like 6 frames. Yeah, get back to work. The wires pumping like their veins.
I mean, to be fair, it does need supplies. It could be pumping water in and out of itself.
Right. We got to stand up. These guys are hacking it. Woo-hoo! What are you guys doing? Yeah, I love that she hired the hackers without like realizing, like, oh yeah, sure, woo-hoo! Let's do all this crazy shit. Once again, everyone's out of control. I just lost them in there.
So are the hackers actually controlling it to do this, or is it still the old guy in the computer?
It's implied the hackers are doing this. I like the implication that even though he's hearing his dead wife's voice, it's actually the nurse's voice, because he might not remember what she sounds like anymore. Also, this is all hand-drawn animation, so this is just excellent directing.
Yeah, I just had a whole conversation about not liking the mix of CGI and hand-drawn just this morning.
I mean, I think it can be done well, but like this is, you know, rare Avis here. This is like,
well,
they had to get a guy in to do this.
My commentary comes from
like,
Across Frontier, which has the same problem as Lion Barrels of Iron for me.
Yeah. I mean, I know why they went to CG, because they could do effects like this a lot faster and cheaper.
Oh yeah, no, modern days it's fine. But back then, there's like an element of uncanny valley to the differences between the two things.
Well, also, a big problem is they also do it like faster and cheaper, which means, by definition, this has to have a little more care done in it. You have to plan it a little bit better. I see, I wish they had subtitled whatever that banner is stuck to them, because I don't know what that says. But I love the fact, notice it's accumulating crap.
Well, yeah, it's built in upgrade capability.
Oh no, press the pachinko parlor, no! Oh.
Assuming it's not the hackers doing it, of course. Because again, if it's the hackers doing it, it's completely different in my mind.
Yeah. But I just love the joke here, old people at pachinko.
I wasn't aware that they stored all the spare balls on the roof.
I didn't know they did that. I learned something today. Oh, he's here for the song. Hey, what are you doing?
Also, according to that clock on the wall, it's only 5 a.m.
Or 5 p.m.
Fair.
コンピューターがキャラクターを持ったんじゃ。進化しとるんじゃ。鎌倉。
So he's remembering the beach that he was just dreaming about?
Yeah, that photo of his wife. It's probably his happiest memory. Identified robot. Yeah, I love he says that. What? The kid's photo bombing. It's like little touches like that. Like you can see the woman with her shopping there. Oh, robot. That was so cool. Oh, that was the... Oh, this part.
Well, yeah, that was the director who's not worried about everything.
Okay, so the subtitling there was, you know, what is it? I think I'm gonna puke. The subtitling, the dub is, oh, I'm not a machine. So, you know, different choices there. Dun, dun, dun. All our budget on that scene.
Hey, nice system.
Yeah, you know he's the computer nerd. I like how he's deliberately playing dumb.
Well, I mean, yeah. I feel like these guys can get away with it.
Oh, the weight belt.
You know what I mean? You're not in a medical ward because you could take care of yourself, right? So the fact that you know, these people know you couldn't take care of yourself, you can get away with senility.
Yep. And I like the other hippie hacker just says magazine. If you stop hammering it up, they're gone. You're just an attention hog. Expression on her face, like, oh my god! Every cop in the world. I love that the hacker's excited and his boss is mad that he's excited.
Well, I
once
mean,
again,
at the end of the day, the business is already ruined.
yeah.
I mean, unless you're gonna hard pivot into some other business with this.
Yeah. Sound strategies to send, getting bulldozers to the other side.
これは進行を止めるためで中の老人に聞けば。いやいや、機械の方もその高価なものですから。
Screw the man.
Yeah. Ooh, Snoopy.
Oh, how convenient. A Sony store. We already know they're all the computers in this setting.
Yeah.
西橋商事の皆さん、準備いいですか？
やめてください。中にはおじいちゃんがいるんです。
早く捕まえてください。
I mean, to be fair, they are. She's dragging a bunch of them.
Yeah.
何をするのですか。その娘を離してあげなさい。
なんだ今の声は。
Who said that? Yeah. Oh, the music's so good.
You guys gonna incorporate the bulldozer? No, just move it.
Yeah, I got an arm, dude. And apparently enough center of low center of gravity.
Oh, there we go. Not the first one, but the second one. Well, no, I was thinking the bulldozer for weight, so it wouldn't have to be pushed or pulled by anything else.
大丈夫ですか。大丈夫です。おじいちゃんは。大丈夫です。
They grew a second arm somehow.
こんなところですから。その声は。
He's fine. He's asleep.
これで失礼します。
Kind of thought it would assimilate the store or something.
Now, got a bulldozer instead. That's way better. We gone. Ah.
お前のために老人の未来が福祉事業が。
すみません。だって私。
寺田さん、追いましょう。さあ早く。
Yeah, I guess if it wasn't for the hacker guy, I'd be more on the side of the obviously evil businessman. Because the bed does seem like a better alternative than pissing yourself and wallowing in it.
Ow!
Yeah, I don't know what the ground around here is made of. It doesn't seem to be concrete.
All the cops in the world, and they just let her go. Oh, they just get few.
移動先は神奈川方面です。
すいません。少し詰めてください。
ああ、はいはい。おい、長谷川君。あ、なんだお前。何をしてんだこんなところで。
See,
I mean, to be fair, his default seems to be kindness, right? Can you scoot over for me? Can you make room? Oh yeah, sure. Okay. Wait a second. I actually have to work to be an asshole.
notice it's the computer company's helicopter too.
Notice the guy in the background had his hand on that girl's ass just for no reason.
Not for no reason. I'll tell you when you're older.
Well,
But yeah, the background details. Yeah, every frame of this is something to look at. You knew this would happen, you sick asshole.
やはり卓上計算ではわからんもんです。俺を、いや、厚生省を利用したんだな。皆川部長はご存知のはずですが。くそー。
じゃあ、看護ベッドっていうのは。
いや、問題はコンピューターだ。看護用ってのはカモフラージュに過ぎんのだ。嘘じゃありませんよ。れっきとした看護用のベッドとして我が社も売り出そうとしてますから。
Kind of expected him to say, yeah, we were planning to sell a nursing bed to old soldiers to keep them in the fight or something.
Yep, that's exactly what he's saying.
Classic 90s mustache.
奴の行き先は分かっております。
どうしたの信子。ねえ、春子知らない？あ、ちょっとほら、おじいちゃんたち手伝って。春子はねえ、鎌倉。
おそらくは高沢老人の希望なんでしょう。彼の意識と記憶が Z の内部に一つの人格を作り上げてしまったのかもしれません。いずれにしても興味を引くデータですよ、これは。
おじいちゃん。
So is it riding the underside of the subway or the railway?
Oh, the monorail.
I don't see anything grabbing onto it. It seems to just be hovering.
I think there's a groove on the inside. It's got a hook on the inside. I think we'll get a better look. Yeah, monorail. I think we'll get a better look in a minute. Yeah, see, it hooks underneath, in between. There's a hollow groove.
Yeah, not for nothing, but I think a lot of people are getting shredded by glass.
Yep.
Yeah, no, for some reason I thought it was in the last thing we watched. I thought it was an above ground railway.
It's a hanging monorail. They have those in countries that have actual transportation.
Transportation.
That was an excellent animation bit there with the arm over arm. Ow. Oop, dropped a frame there.
Yeah, I just don't know how he gets out of this without being part of the bed now.
Yeah, they just leave him to his fate. Ah.
I guess entirely based on his memories alone, though.
Yes.
They got a cigarette machine in there, I can only tell by the Marlboro carton.
The dancing pop cans! I forgot all about these! Yeah, so it isn't. Yeah, it's an AI that believes it's his wife. Just keep filming. I'm Japanese Spielberg.
こっちでも変なじっちゃんたちがパソコン使ってあのベッドと話できるって。そう、この歌詞は高くつくよ。
I guess it has wireless transmission.
Well, you know, it's got cell phones. Or phones, anyway. Yeah, in 1990s, they don't quite understand how computers wirelessly communicate.
I guess at the very least, he's trying to negotiate with it. He's not like ripping cords out of it or anything.
Well, he's a negotiator. That's what you would do. Yeah, no, I didn't notice that, but you're right. It's like he's just not ripping cords to stop it. Because, first of all, he wouldn't know how to do that. And second of all, he's a negotiator. So that's what he would do. I like
Well,
that.
I mean, he succeeded as far as I can tell. He just has to figure out how to tell everybody else. Just get out of the way. Just technically, as you've already pointed out, there's a cell phone in it. He could just make a call.
Well, I'm assuming there's a cell phone. This is 1991.
No, the
so
first
probably
device
just a
that
radio.
popped up for him to communicate with was a cell phone.
I think that was just a wireless house phone, which they used to have.
Well, never mind. It's pointless now. No.
Oh, it's got pachinko machines on it. That's a nice touch.
あのベッドを通してやってくれ。
バカな、どういうことですか？
約束したんだ。Z のコンピューターと。
What are you talking about? Made a promise.
早く。
みんな下がれ。道を開けるんだ。
Oh.
Yeah, he has that unhappy look as though he's gonna set something up.
Bring out the alpha. Yes. Oh, what a great reveal.
長谷川君、これは。
Z0015 機を元にした軍事用プロトタイプでね、プログラムを白紙の状態にしてあるから、命令されたこと以外は絶対にしない。
貴様、どういうことだ。
Z は潰します。
何？
But what's the test, really?
コンピューターと何を約束したって言うんです。
Can our combat machine fight a bed?
欠陥品を人目にさらすわけにはいかんでしょう。
Well, it's military grade.
Which means it's bad.
No, military grade means it's made of stronger stuff. Like
Military
armored plating.
grade is made by the lowest paying contractor.
Not anymore. Also, you're assuming the hospital bed wasn't either.
Assumedly, they should be made by the same paying contractors. Also, remember, Boeing gets paid for a lot of military stuff. So,
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a fight. We'll see.
I don't. What's his? Why is what I'm asking.
Well, because like he says here, as a combat frame, so he's confident that his robot's made of tougher stuff, whereas our robot's made out of junk.
No,
And
yeah, that's what I'm
Pico
saying.
machine.
Was his entire point to test his combat model that he brought out here to fight a bed?
Right, but he's backed the junk bed's backed up by the hackers.
Again, I'm not asking who's gonna win. I want to know what that original hacker guy on the from the company, what his deal is.
Oh, it's coming. Apple II GS, oh wow.
It's like he's created this bed that turns into like a combat machine, only to bring out his own combat machine.
Well, the theory being that they needed to test the biocomputer with a human in it to see how well it learns. Because remember, he says, my robot has no prior programming, whereas this one has a human as AI. Ow. But yeah, that is part of the premise. It's kind of like, oh yeah, my robot's a combat model, but then why did you test this on a human? Oh, we tested this human because we wanted to see how it would evolve. Do you realize it may have evolved past your combat model?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the anime version of RoboCop.
I love this.
This guy brought out Ed 209 against RoboCop.
Where he calls him old and says, in the future, you'll be in one of these beds. Oh, this part too.
I mean, it's also falling apart, and it appears to be bleeding.
Yeah.
So a little bit of short circuit too, I guess.
Yeah, but see, the other, like, combat robot can do the same thing. It can also cannibalize parts.
Well, I guess at that point, it's which one cares versus which one's following orders.
Right. Well, remember the military grade robot. Oh, no, the forage. Oh, a week's worth of food. Oh shit.
So wait, Alpha was wired up?
Well, remember the hackers put combat data, because it's always about combat data, into Haruko here, and the military was also putting combat data into their robot. But also, they've lost their link, which means they can no longer order this robot that can cannibalize other parts around. So the military-grade robot is now off the leash.
So I'm going to assume we're going to go with a merger here.
Possibly. It looks like it's tearing stuff apart instead.
Well, I was just thinking if they merged, one of them has an advanced AI and the other one is just basically follow instructions.
It's a payphone!
It's the 90s.
Oh, he does have a cell phone, okay.
I thought he was with the other lady.
Yeah, but he's a horn dog. Oh, sorry, Haruko is the nurse, not the wife.
I don't know if we know the wife's name.
We did, they mentioned it earlier, I forgot.
So did you, I think?
Oh, the jewel's a nice touch. Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, it's like, why do you care about the robot? I thought we were here for the guy.
Well, because the AI on the robots helped her out a bunch of times, so clearly it's intelligent.
I love how the company guy's pissed off about this. It's like, look, we got your guy. What are we doing?
I mean, I assume he'd want to keep up too, just to know what happens here, considering it's his property.
You can see the Otomo influence here.
So are you talking about the DC robot?
Well, the way the robots have gone from being like sophisticated military grade stuff to this weird biomorphic. Yeah, see, we should have left. Now we're gonna get eaten by AI robots. It's true, I'm stupid. Well, that's a nice cut.
Well, I mean, otherwise we would have gotten an upskirt of Haruko. $1992. So 1 year in the future?
1 year in the future.
As though if he didn't hand that to her, she wouldn't have found something else heavy.
And it's a nice touch.
Well, the whole area is filled with debris. I think she would have found something.
Ah, this classic music.
Quick, I've got to stop her.
Yep. All that combat data. We can't lose our combat data.
Oh, it's just a little funny, you know. The human influenced machine versus the fully automatic machine comes down to a fight between two people.
Yeah, see, I think they wanted this to be like more palpitating and squirming, but there's only so much you can do on a budget and with animation.
Yeah, there's some small element of this that reminds me of heavy metal.
Yeah. Well, because it's from, we're still Zero Graphic era. We're still paint and trace. Upper left from what perspective? You know, this is a three-dimensional object.
Well, also, they can't see her. We've seen their point of view. They're looking at, like... I don't know what the name of the game is I'm thinking of.
I think it looks like a brain. Ew.
Well, it's got a bio part. Might be a brain.
That is true.
Seems heavily implied that's what it is. Did it kill both of them?
Oh. That's why we used compressed air. Well, also, don't forget tech guys up there.
Yeah, but who gives a shit? I mean, unless AI survived and put him in the bed, I don't care about that dude.
I wonder who, like, recorded the original anime explosion. Oh, there he is.
Never mind, I thought he would have died in the explosion.
Yeah, it's not that kind of movie. Like, who recorded the original Foley for the anime explosion we hear everywhere? That noise, because it's been used for decades.
I don't know, I'm sure there's probably a very interesting movie about it.
I love the grumpy ministers, the grumpy advocat's face. Old people doing old people stuff. He can read with his glasses off?
Still making it to the beach.
Yep, still making it to the beach.
Also, is nobody concerned that somewhere in all this is radiation?
Apparently not.
The business guy's like, I got nothing to live for anymore. I might as well see this thing through.
That's a nice touch where it's oil on one side, but then they like let the shading make it look like it's red on the other side. Oh no!
おじいちゃんが。
かなり弱ってるが大丈夫だ。まだ生きてるよ。
Well, I mean, presumably he was gonna die of old age eventually anyway. Also, yes, the cat
Yep.
was in there.
Oh yeah, we forgot about the goddamn cat. I'm sure it's fine. Boing, boing, boing.
I don't know what it ran away with.
It ran away with some part.
Right, but I mean, is that gonna be like the 6th generation computer thing, or?
There's more movie.
Once again, do we have to like cement the entire area to keep the radiation down? What?
Yep. Oh, the coat over the head. Back when people had shame.
Back when people had shame. 36?
当局側によりますと、長谷川容疑者らは問題のワゴン車の自動制御コンピューターに
Defective computer.
Was actually, I think, arguably the opposite of what he did.
同商事の営業停止を求める処分もあるものと見られております。
だいぶ騒いでるようじゃにか。まあよくできた方じゃろ。しかしよ、ここが限界じゃな。艦長の黒幕に手が回るなんてことはありえんからな。悪いやつほどよく眠るっちね。
Yeah, that's probably a Japanese pun.
I mean, it's just the inverse of the good die young, right?
詳しいことは皆川部長に聞いてください。私は先日の記者会見で言いました通り、当時ワゴン車の中に老人が乗っていたというのは本当ですか？なんとか言ってくださいよ。
厚生省が軍用コンピューターのモニターのために老人をモルモットにしているというのは本当ですか？そういう情報が匿名でうちに送られてきてるんですがね。
本当ですか？
発表された車じゃあれほどの被害にはならないと思うんですがね。一体どうなってんですかね。
That is a
その
face.
件に関しては後日私どもが法廷で明らかにいたしましょう。いずれにしろ私どもは少なくとも私はこれまで誠心誠意福祉のために働いてきたつもりであります。
On message.
I mean, to be fair, he seems to have had the best of intentions from the beginning.
反省している次第です。以上。ちょっと待ってくださいよ、寺田さん。
Still, I'd rather be in that bed than what the guy was doing originally.
Exaggerated anime walk. That's what a lot of these old, like, animes. People express themselves.
Well, again, yeah, he's 1-for-1, the general from Akira, just different body. Same mannerism, same...
Yes, he has more squared off features. Aww.
今日はお花を持ってきただけ。すぐ帰るわ。
私、海に
行きたかったんでしょ。奥さんとの思い出の場所だったんですってね。
もうすぐ
I was thinking that this guy on the left was going to get out of frame before the scene ended.
Yep. He's trying.
元気になってもう一回海に行きましょう。ね。
海へ行くんだよ。
そう、だから早く。地震？
Nope, he didn't make it.
What did the cat do? What did the cat do?
Nothing good. Nothing good ever comes from cats.
迎えが来た。
See, he knew.
迎えに来ましたよ。
The affair is the statue from his dream.
I know. It's co-opted a Buddha statue for no reason.
慣れない体のもので。
Oh, he got up.
動かすのにちょっと時間がかかってしまいましたけど。
Stupid cat.
さあ、海へ行きましょうか。あなた。
The crown of power lines is a nice touch. Or the halo of that. And yes, and I love it all like that because it's fucking Buddha. Everybody screams as it knocks down an entire wall of the hospital.
I mean, I guess it's just a threat until either the cat dies or the old man does.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
assumedly,
hopefully.
well, I mean, I assume the machine would stop once the old man's dead.
Yep,
Seems to be the only
that's
motivating factor.
That's an assumption. So that was Roujin Z.
Yeah, it was good. I was definitely not remembering Ghost in the Shell. So if I think Ghost in the Shell is the disconnected brain in a Otoma.
Right, in Ghost in the Shell, somebody uploads their ghost to a combat model tank to take revenge on people he thinks wronged them and that kind of stuff, so they have to go shut it down. And that's like an episode there. So, similar.
I guess correction, though, I do remember seeing a bit of the guy in the bed standing upright. It's in my memory, so I must have seen it at some point, if maybe like a clip show of old anime or something. So,
But once again, this is like Otomo's themes, which is technology out of control, mixing, biomorphic machines, the mixing of biology and mechanics. I forgot how much I love the character design in this. Like I said, it's got that anime look, but also they went to great lengths to make people of different body types, different expressions, different ages.
Yeah, no, I very much like the layout of the character design. God, what was it? Macross Plus, I want to say 94, has very much the angular features of animation that you see in character design back then, where people are more square than the rounded they should be. And I appreciate that we have a lot of roundness to the characters.
Right. I mean, like Old Man Yells at Cloud here. An issue I have with a lot of modern anime is that the body designs, the stylizations of faces and shoulders and roundness and squareness, everyone's the same. They just change the outfits and the hair color to make everyone stand out. And they've like pushed that to the nth degree, where the outfits are incredibly complicated, but it's all five of the same people. Whereas in this, even without clothes, I can tell that, just not by the clothes, but just by the faces and designs, there was so much variety here, especially like you said in the crowd scenes where it's like, hey, that one guy's grabbing somebody's butt, or there'd just be some random punk in a crowd. They made an effort to make everyone look different.
Yeah, the background shots were a veritable Mad magazine of what's going on back there.
Yeah.
Well, and most of them, there were a lot of fadey backgrounds, I don't know what you call them, where we just here's the focus of the scene and we don't actually need to show you what's going on, because obviously we're drawing your eyesight line here.
That's the kind of stuff that people talk about that is a shortcut in anime. Like you said, like these background characters or this background doesn't need to be detailed because we want you to look over here. Oh, Carl McKeck, of course. He was the one who did the dubbing, so that makes sense. But yeah, no, those are the shortcut techniques that people talk about, and this movie does them well. Like it's done very tightly and very well. So this is an example of that's good. Sometimes those techniques are done poorly, but that's a discussion for a different day.
Yeah, well, it's just during those scenes I was kind of reminded of, have you ever heard of Gosenso-sama?
No.
Also called Long Live the Ancestors?
Nope, new to me.
It's an anime about time. It's a 6-episode anime. I've heard it described as kind of like Fooly Cooly, in that it's underappreciated comedic tribute. Girl from the future goes back to the past to serve her ancestors, because ancestor worship is big in the future apparently, and there's a whole, it's a comedy. It's like a stage play version kind of comedy where the backgrounds are kind of like stage play sort of things. And that's what the backgrounds here reminded me of. I think it's also of the same era. The character art is not the same. Character art in that show, I kind of keep comparing to like the characters are like puppets. Like their joints have puppet-like qualities to them, but that might be to the whole play element thing. But
it might be. They might be doing a shadow.
But the backgrounds are reminiscent, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is definitely from that era. And that had to be added later because Aniplex doesn't exist in 1991. So I guess Aniplex is just who did this remaster. So good on them. Because this was
good. This was good. I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, because another reason I bring this up is I don't know if people are still watching Bennett the Sage. People watch that?
God, I haven't seen. I mean, I think I'm still subscribed to his channel, but I don't think I've seen anything. But the problem is, I think he only released like a video a month anyway, so my memory might just be faltering here. But I don't think I've seen anything from his in a long time.
Well, he did a review of this, and of course, I'm shaking my fist because he didn't like this at all, and I don't know what he's on about because I think this is, I think this is a good one and done. Once again, what I like about it, good old Rafferty's always complaining about 200 episode anime, but this is one and done. It's relatable. It's got very good directing techniques. I like to call this like in the 60s, Disney used to do all those movies like The $1 Million Duck or The Shaggy DA or that kind of stuff. The little like kind of weird, Freaky Friday type thing that goes out of control.
My computer wore tennis shoes. What's the one with the cat from the UFO? UFO lands and the cat comes out.
That is literally called The Cat from Outer Space.
Okay, yeah. No, those are the old watch it on a Saturday night, or was it Sunday night TV?
Yeah.
They would always be the Disney Channel really old movie.
And now they're on Disney Plus. But I mean, like what I liked about this is like, yeah, this was a premise. We get through it. And like I said, the Maquette dub had a couple different bits in it and different comedy bits. Like I said, like there's the bit in the movie where they say, what if a radiation leak happens? Oh, we'll just come bury it in concrete. Oh, that's a relief. Whew. Which is not in the Japanese dub. So
it's very much depends on who's dubbing it. Sometimes it plays out better. Sometimes the English dub, if it's done well, can include localization that is, apropos of the moment versus just translating it and then saying what the translation is. Because there's always that element of what is meant to be said versus what is being said in its native language.
Right, like that one guy with the one medical student being a horn dog and the women can manipulate him for it. I think they sell that a little bit better in the American dub because apparently in the Japanese Japanese cast, they don't have to say he's a horn dog. People just know he's a horn dog. I'm trying to remember if the American. I might have to rewatch this to see if the American one has all the talk about the hacker with his erection and that kind of stuff. Like, because I don't remember that. Just because I don't remember it doesn't mean it wasn't there.
Well, so there's also the element of the era, right? If they're trying to put this to mass market, so they're dubbing it, and do they want to dub it in such a way? I don't know if they're going for like theatrical release, but
yeah, because it was theatrical.
Although it is 91 though, which is the era before PG-13 occurs. So
no. PG-13 is mid-80s.
No, I'm pretty sure that's 94, isn't it? PG-13?
No, PG-13 is way earlier than that. So let's see. Yeah, PG-13. Let's see.
Oh yeah, 1984. Sorry, I had my 4 and my 19 right. I had the wrong year.
Yeah, because PG-13, it's the Temple of Doom and Gremlins come out, and those are both rated PG, but people are upset because they think they're too, nasty or violent.
Red Dawn is the first PG-13 movie.
Oh, I believe it. I thought Red Dawn was R. Huh.
No, I was just I can't remember what I was watching earlier, but I was watching a video that was literally talking about this, which is why it's so amazing that I already got it wrong. But yeah, no, they had mentioned Red Dawn too when I just Googled it, and Red Dawn is the first PG-13 movie. Not that it ever mattered to me in my life.
Okay, yeah, here we are. India, I'm looking up Wikipedia. India, Temple of Doom and Gremlins were the big ones, because I'm old enough to remember when those were controversial. That they decided they needed to invent PG-13, and now nothing's PG anymore. Everything's either PG-13.
Well, also kids are raised on the internet, so not that it actually matters.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure someone can make an argument of, hey, maybe we should monitor what our kids are doing online, but kids are going to do whatever they want. Arguably, kids are going to be better at figuring out how to get past what you're going to do than you are going to be doing it.
It's more a matter of release. Like if a movie gets an R rating or a PEGI 18, rating, it's not going to get into certain theaters. But once again, we're doing anime today. So,
yeah, well, I'm just mean that anime has all these same elements, right? But since it's in an animated medium, like, go back and remember Riding Bean and how bloody some of those scenes actually got, or how disturbing the psychological nature of some of those scenes could actually be, versus what it would have been rated as.
Well, and Riding Bean was made specifically for the OVA market, so it wouldn't have been theatrically released. It would have been directly, and I did live through that era of Biff Bang Pow, cartoons aren't for kids anymore. That brief confusion of, well, if it's a cartoon, then it must be for children. So there was always the joke that the anime porn would wind up in the children's section because cartoon, therefore children. But
I mean, one of the very first things I ever bought, and I don't remember how old I was at the time, was literally Bastard, a boxed VHS set, which is, filled with, I guess, hentai levels of porn.
Bastard's the one with the little kid who gets possessed by
Dark
the
Schneider,
wizard,
yeah.
right?
Dark Schneider possessed by the wizard from the past who...
Schneider. All of his spells are heavy metal. That is an anime that I really love about 10 minutes of it, and it's also extremely problematic, yes.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna...
Well,
they remade it, so clearly not so terrible.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's on Netflix, I think. There is a new animation, so...
honestly, it could use a remake, because I have a Bastard, that's something I should look into, because Bastard is one I wanted to like more than I did, but it also, the original makes a lot of embarrassing anime mistakes. It does a lot of the bad stuff people ascribe to anime.
Yeah, my problem is I'm never going to really remember it properly. I think I watched the whole VHS collection that I bought once and then had it stolen from me, so it is what it is.
Because it's got a scene that reminds me of you in it, because there's the scene where the demon shows up and says, "Aha, you only know fire magic, and I'm a fire demon. I'm immune to fire." And Dark Schneider says, "No, you're resistant to fire. There's a difference."
Yeah, I think that's the next to last one, because the last one I remember is the one with the vampire, and he gives his whole, "I'm handsome, you're ugly. Obviously, though, I'm the hero, you're the villain."
Oh. Yeah, no, it's the difference between fire immune and fire resistant that reminds me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I know what you're talking about, where the fire guy hits him, and that's the one he gets buck naked for, because...
Yeah, well, because everything burned. Yeah, I know. He gets, as usual, a little bit. But Roujin Z. So I recommend it. It's more accessible than some of Otomo's other work. The Order to Stop Production, which I think is part of a larger anthology, is also good, but a little more brutal. And of course, Akira is one everyone recommends, and Akira is way more brutal than this.
See, my problem with Akira is that I read all of Akira at a Barnes & Noble over the course of like a month, because I worked nearby, and I would wait at the Barnes & Noble for my ride to come pick me up. So I read all of Akira, so I kind of watched Akira after, and was disappointed in all the stuff that got left out. So it's like, okay.
There's a lot that gets... I also would recommend the manga Akira. A lot more child murder in the manga.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say this ages well.
It has aged surprisingly well. Like the idea of people being used, their data being used especially today, their data being used, as guinea pigs without their consent, or with dubious consent. Like one thing I really do like about the movie is we don't know what happened to his family. Like why did they sign off on this? Why is no one visiting him? What happened? Does he, like I said, does he actually have children? Who is that kid that he only has flickering memories of? They never tell us what that was. And obviously he remembers her for some reason. Did something happen? Did they get estranged? What I like about it is the movie hints at it without telling us.
I mean, it could also, be the element of fading memory, because, he is an old man. Who knows how many levels this goes. Like, he could have dementia, he could have any number of mind-affecting things, that he's barely holding on to the image of this person, whoever they were. and clearly the only thing he is holding on to is the memory of his wife, at the very least at the beach.
Right.
And her name.
And that's what I really like about it is there's no clear good guy or clear bad guy. There's obviously something out of control.
Hacker Dude was the clear bad guy.
Well,
even business guy has like not a hero turn, but a good guy turn from, slapping her in the face to I'm gonna carry the good guy to the beach because
because I promised I would. See that's kind of what it's getting into. It's like he made a negotiation and promised he would do it. So he's not doing it out of altruism. He's doing it because he promised he would.
I guess I didn't consider that element, but at the same time, man of his word at the very least, versus hacker guy who hears everything and is like, let them fight.
Yeah, no, we need more combat data. Let me stop you from stopping this. Yeah, no, okay. Hacker guy is total sleaze, but it's but what I like about it is it's not this is good, this is bad, and there's characters you can root for, but there's still some ambiguity, which is rare to see in anime, which is often for young adult audiences, and in movies in general. Like what I like about the movie is there's still it's got that little bitter tang of satire to it that, of course, is in Otomo's work. Like in Akira, there's gooder guys and badder guys, but there's still a lot of ambiguity there.
I mean, it's the whole in a not too distant future, which is literally basically tomorrow. Because everything happening there beyond the artificial intelligence walking bed thing is real. I mean, you have the old folks home with all the old folks being barely cared for.
Yeah, that's a big issue in Japan, the current, because the larger demo of older people, and of course, as an older person, oh no, am I gonna be like some I'm not gonna have an atomic bed.
Yeah, I mean, I would have preferred the bed myself. Rather than laying on the floor all day in my own piss with a cat sitting on top of me. I think I would have preferred the atomic bed that's wired into me with its own suction cup.
Oh, God. Well, we can chat with other old people online and play Mahjong.
Yeah, it's basically my setup here with this. With you remember Roundhouse? The old Nickelodeon show?
No.
Early 90s Nickelodeon. Like, original Nickelodeon. Because they had the Roundhouse, which is, I don't know, what do you call that comedy show, but they had the dad with the chair that had, they could roll around. But it also had a fridge on the side, it had a toilet built in, had a TV built in. It's basically my recliner if it was, like, also a car. With everything else in your house built into it.
And I love how you say original. Nickelodeon went on the air in '83. I remember when it went on the air.
Well, I remember seeing it in the '90s. I think it's older than when I saw it.
Yeah, we're old people.
Well, again, my memories.
So Roujin Z would recommend.
Yeah. All right, well,
holds up.
I suppose that is it then for today. Once again, I have been Theta. This has been Rafferty, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?